back once again. I deeply apologize for the lack of streaming of myself, of whatnot. Apologizing so much, but it has been on my A for me closing all week last week. It sucked. Okay, it just sucked, man. All right. And number two, family issues. Okay, that's all I'm just gonna say. That's it. Just family issues. All right. I'm not gonna get into detail about it. All I can say, I'm not gonna get into it. All right. But I do need help with you guys. So hopefully, everything works out between us. All right. So let's get into Yu-Gi-Oh solos. We only have, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 solo duels left, or storylines, whatever. Witness the epic story of the world heroes. Whoa, what? Wait, what? What? Hold on. Chosen by the world legacy. Channel the world chalice with link summons that utilize normal monsters to summon more powerful monsters and face off against the crawlers. Oh no. Using the world armor, which has a powerful effect when flipped. The battle for the world legacy begins. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh. Wow, I was not expecting all this. Wow. Scenario. Oh my gosh. I honestly want to be surprised now. So let's be surprised together, shall we? Hello. Handsome. Hey, it's Guard Dragon. Nice. Alright. Hey, food. How you been? I'm excited to be back. I'm sorry for being a lack of streaming, but I'm here though. Alright. So, let's get into it, shall we? Chosen by the world legacy. The rulers of this star were not human. That world was ruled by 7 mechanical life forms known as the Mech Knights. Ooh, I love the Mech Knights. They're so good. And across the land spread their vanguard, the crawlers. These crawlers tend to swarm and destroy all human-made structures in their path. They most likely lack any emotions. Helpless before those ruthless machines, mankind had no choice but to live in hiding. Dense, with thick trees, gloomy even in the daytime, a hinterland known as Forest of the Stars. Barren lays a hidden village, where humans lived inconspicuously. The village was protected by a barrier that would prevent intruders from invading or even discovering it. The ritual wand, passed down through many generations, made the barrier extremely resistant, and it had never broken, not once. But even so, the villagers were suffocated by their anxieties day after day, not knowing when the great threat would come knocking at their door. There was a reason they fought so desperately. It was the village priestess and the younger sister of Ningirsu, Ib. Oh my gosh, really? They're siblings, okay. From birth, the priestess possessed a divine power that synergizes with their ritual wand to create barriers. Ib's power was the strongest the village had ever seen in its history, but it was meager compared to the frightening force that grew stronger by the day. Her companions saw how hard she was burdened, even by a little. Orum and Ningirsu, along with their baby dragon Imduk, crossed the barrier in hopes of slaying even just one crawler. One day, Ib heard from inside the forest a faint sound like that of a human voice. Orum and Ningirsu could not hear it. However, Ib proclaimed that she keeps hearing the voice. Afraid Ib would venture into the forest alone, Orum, Ningirsu, and the baby dragon Imduk set foot inside the hinterland. Oh my. How y'all doing? Y'all doing alright? Oh my. So I am getting into the chosen by the world legacy. And yeah, that was just the first scenario. Lee the World Chalice Fairy. Oh, that's... Oh. I love how they put these stories together. I really do. These stories are amazing. The sun had already set, leaving only starlight to guide them. The scent of trees and soil hung in the cold air. Though her footing was unsure, Ib ventured into the forest as if she was being guided. Careful not to lose sight of her, the three looked out for crawlers as they followed her. Suddenly, with an abrupt shriek, Ib vanished before their eyes. Rushing to the place where they'd lost sight of her, they saw Ib had fallen off a low cliff. It appeared Ib had been so spellbound in the direction of the voice that she didn't notice there was no ground before her. The three descended the cliff and were relieved to find Ib uninjured. Before their eyes, a mysterious structure appeared. If it had been there before, they would have noticed it, but as if the structure had been there for hundreds of years, it was ensconced in trees and entwined in ivy. They nervously approached the building. The wand Ib held in her hand glowed, and the building started to rumble, as if in response. A mighty light radiated from the building, blowing aside the trees and cloaking everything in blinding light. Their eyelids closed. The light. When they finally opened their eyes, a fairy fluttered in the air before them. The fairy spoke to the startled party. A spirit that had been sealed inside the building that released the bright light known as the World Legacy World Hero, capable of activating the World Chalice. And that they are those World Heroes. Gather the scattered starlight and save the world from the great darkness, she spoke. Though bewildered by Lee's story, Arum and the group were moved by her earnestness and decided to lend a hand. Hearing their resolve, the fairy Lee smiled, and that is beautiful. That is beautiful art right there. That was work. That was a beautiful work of art, really. All right. I better have enough to open these gates. I better do. Why, thank you, food. I mean, I tried. Honestly, if you guys know those other YouTubers and Twitch streamers that has a soothing voice like mine, you know, I've always seen them across my TikTok. I don't know. And I want to meet that one lady on TikTok. I can't remember her name, but she has a freaking beautiful voice. My gosh, it's so soothing and calm, like mine. Well, you know. Earth 150, and what we get? What we got? Departure. Oh, nice. Nobleman. Oh boy. All right.